Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I decided to take the wife's Duke 890R out for a fun spin. Snuck out of the house when she wasn't looking, so let's see what trouble I can get into with this. This is basically a stock bike. The seat is the lowered version of their seat. We did add the windshield to this, and we did add a little bit of slide protection to it. But other than that, it's exactly what you get from the dealership. So that little baby go. So yeah, I thought I'd go for another ride today with it when she wasn't looking, and pick a different route that only has a couple lights on it. But I will say this already, this lowered seat is like sitting on a piece of wood. There's like no padding to it. So we'll see how that feels over time. But this is kind of a test ride for me. I wanted to see what the bike felt like. As you know, like I got the Tiger 1200 GT Pro, and then I had that 06 Road King before that. And now riding this bike, just trying to hit like every realm apparently, because none of those would really be classified under the same category other than they're all a motorcycle. Hey, take your turn off. So I figure I better not change any of the settings, so I don't forget to put them back. So however she has this thing set up is what it'll be on. But right now, I mean, the most I can compare it to is probably the Tiger. It's a lot lighter than like the Road King was, of course. Setting position isn't as bad. I'm not really, you know, up on my hands holding, like putting pressure down on the bars. I'm a bigger guy, sort of. I mean, I'm average height, 5'10", above average weight, a little over 300. But my inseam for my legs is only like a 28, so I do find that a challenge, but I'll do what I can with it. I feel like the rear brake is a little soft on this, but again, if you go to my style of riding that I do normally, you know, Road King, you use your brake a lot. And actually, I think I use my rear brake a lot for my Tiger also. Gotta get used to this clutch on this thing too. So not bad yet. Today's supposed to be about 110, so thought I'd go for a quick ride this morning. Bring you guys along for the ride, and hopefully stay out of trouble. But that's usually not things I can do. I'm always in trouble for some reason or another. Throttle feels pretty good. The quick shifter is firm and snappy is how I'd kind of describe it. Like it just kind of goes clink into that gear if you're using a quick shifter, versus, I mean, it's softer if you use the clutch, but like the Tiger's got a quick shifter also. I feel like that one's a little bit smoother in general. It just may be my opinion of it, and how much I ride that bike. Wind protection, I mean, it is that. Not much of anything. Must not be a windy day. I mean, I can feel it in my shoulders, but I'm not getting kind of blown all over the place like normal. And part of that could also be, this is a narrow as hell bike. Like the Triumph is narrower than the King was. But since I put those panniers on it, I mean the tail's wider. But even the front, you know, on the Tiger is pretty wide, so I don't know. It's not a bad bike, and I'm actually surprised that even though there's zero padding in this seat, I mean like zero padding, it's not numb yet. Interesting. Like I don't feel a soreness yet. I find that quite interesting on that part of it. But after this light, I'll actually have a nice little stretch with no lights. You guys have seen me ride this road quite a few times, so as long as there's not construction or stuck behind somebody, it's actually a nice big open road. And I just gotta make sure I don't get myself into trouble. But as for the 28-inch inseam, I'm actually flat-footing this thing, and it could be because of my weight is pushing the suspension down far enough. But actually, yeah, my feet are totally on the ground on this bike. Even though I think it has supposed to have a 33-inch seat height. I could be mistaken on that. I mean, it feels shorter than my Tiger does, and my Tiger's pretty damn tall. But yeah. Definitely stiffer. Oh. Again, I don't want to change any settings, so, I mean, my wife is like half my weight, so the suspension system is designed more towards her level. I'd probably have to modify a few things for myself. Other than that, engine sounds pretty good. Handling feels pretty good. It feels like a motorcycle. And I guess, like, for me, that's like the interesting thing where people are always saying you have to have this or you have to have that. I mean, yes, one's going to have a better throttle response, one will have a better suspension system in it. Other than that, I mean, unless you're taking it to the track or ride what you enjoy. Jeez. Would I enjoy this? I think I'd have to give it a bunch of miles. I mean, and being that I ride a lot and longer, I would say a lot, but basically every ride I go on is like an hour long, so you take that as you see fit. So most likely I would need a better seat for it personally, because I can probably start to feel it be a little different. I can tell my feet, the foot pegs are in a more aggressive sitting position than the Tiger. Of course, the Tiger's like straight down. My foot, when it's on the ground, is actually behind the peg. This one actually I think is in front of it. So I guess this does bring up how this is more of a very sporty naked bike. But again, I can't even remember the last time I was actually on a sport bike officially. But I just kind of ride what feels good and what I enjoy. So, I mean, there is that. It just works what works for you. As for this thing, it feels pretty good. I'm only in 4th gear out of 6. I am feeling a bit of vibration in the throttle hand. Nothing too extreme yet, but even the Tiger, as smooth as... Oh, it's got a big old bug in my eye. As smooth as the Tiger is, it's still, you know, after 20-30 minutes, I'll still like feel numbness starting to hit my hand. I haven't quite figured out how to get that out, but then I was also watching a video saying that they adjusted one of the cams in that bike, I think, to help with that vibration, but I don't know. But yeah, no, that's a nice little motorcycle. And I'm sure if I was more of a hooligan, I'm sure it'd be a wheelie machine and all that. Those are things I'm not into. Would it be a keep up with the wife bike when she upgrades her motorcycle to something else? Maybe. Can the Triumph do that? Yeah, probably. But hey, it's what works. Yeah, it's nice to have something different every once in a while because something goes wrong. Okay, let's see. I mean, the bike revs up smoothly. I feel like it has a lot of personality to it. It's a nice little bike to ride. So yeah, hey, I don't think you go. If this is the kind of bike you like, I mean, it competes with what, MT-09s, kind of an MT-07, even though the power on this is a lot better. Might not be as big as a Street Fighter, but I just think whatever's available in your area, what you have for dealer help and all that kind of stuff, because unfortunately, I think you do need to bring them back to the dealer for a lot of their maintenances. I'm sure you can do some stuff on your own, but hey, if this is what you like, go have fun. I mean, the tire tracks are so small. It wants to... It's light as hell and it wants to lean in pretty quick. Extremely more than what I can do to it. It's fun. I mean, it's a great little fun little motorcycle. It'd probably be better if I adjusted things to match my body style and size. But it runs. Oh, suspension is definitely not the nice suspension I have in mind though. But that's what it's not designed as. It's not designed as that big touring bike like the Tiger is, or the Road King was. I mean, it's designed for your sportiness and firmness. But what do you guys do? Like, what is it you like? What is it you look for when you're looking at a motorcycle? I mean, my first aesthetic is just that, looking at it from the side. What does it look like? Do you enjoy the looks of that motorcycle? Next is, is the display easy to see, understand, and a good visual to utilize? Some days I miss just having a dual dial gauges, one for speed and one for tach. Now a lot of this other data is nice to have. Nice to have a clock, cool. It's nice to have the temperature. Fuel range is nice to see because that way you can kind of get an idea, especially if you are going on a longer trip. Could you do a longer trip on this? Yes. Would I want to? Not as it is. Now I'm starting to feel the numbness in the hand from the vibration. It was like, for me, I'd probably have to do some sort of saddlebag system to it because of, like, from when I work, I bring water bottles and lunchbox and all this stuff. I wouldn't want to wear a backpack because I prefer not to have more weight on me, especially here in Arizona. Like, again, it's supposed to be 100 degrees today or better. Last night it was like 110. I'm riding home and it's just like already just trying to keep my cool going. I wouldn't want, backpack up against me as additional pressure on me. The is this saying? It says I'm doing 99 degrees. Yeah. But yeah. I should really do more test rides. As I said before, like though, like I don't know why, but Phoenix just does not have as many test rides as I wish they could. Or the other negative is they're always on Mondays and Saturdays, or Friday, Saturday. And those are days I work, so I don't want to take a bunch of vacation days from work. Because I do have Sundays off, but ironically a lot of them aren't on Sundays. They're just Friday, Saturday. It's like, okay, do you guys have to travel to the next site on Sunday, or is that just your day off? I don't know, but it's just amazing how they're not on Saturday or Sundays as well. Alright everybody, what's everybody doing here? But yeah, I think the rear brake is a little soft for my normal type of riding. And other than that though, and the suspension is very stiff. Oh, those little bumps are killer. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to have as just a general bopping around town road or vehicle. I'm not sure what the gas mileage is of this thing. I didn't look into that. Shifter smaller than my shifter. My foot just missed it. Alright. One quick pull on the highway and then yeah, it definitely doesn't have the wind protection I'm used to. So for me, it would be a around town run errands bike versus my highway ride to work every day. But you can do it. You just gotta, get used to it, make changes, and make it work for yourself. But I think it's actually a nice little bike. It's a little fun to ride. But with that, it's going to be windy as hell on this freeway, and I want to focus on all this silliness, so you guys be safe, have fun. Until next time, thanks for coming along and spending your time with me. Take care.